So, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, good morning, Anubhav, Abhinando. Oh, sorry, Obhinabo. Sorry, good morning. Okay. So, the thing is that in our previous class, we have learned about fractional atomic number, right? We have learned about fractional atomic number. We have learned some examples also. We have seen some examples, and today we will going to learn first stock notation. Okay, and then we will going to learn types of chemical reactions, different types of chemical reactions in the basis of their increasing or decreasing oxidation number. And then if you'll get time, then we will start balancing. Okay, so let's start today's class. So first, our first topic is stock notation. First topic is stock notation. So this stock notation was actually proposed by Albert Stock. It was proposed by Albert Stock. So what is stock notation? See, when oxidation state of a metal in a compound is expressed in Roman, okay, in Roman numeral, in parenthesis after the symbol of metal, in parenthesis after the symbol of metal. Okay, so when oxidation state of a metal in a compound is expressed in Roman numeral in the parenthesis after the symbol of metal, that is known as stock notation. Just like here, Areus chloride, AuCl. See here, aluminum is in +1 oxidation, gold is in +1 oxidation state, so that's why 1. Now, auric chloride, here gold is in +3 oxidation state, that's why this notation, Au3Cl3. Then stannous chloride, SnCl2, SN2Cl2. Okay, stannic chloride, SnCl4. Here Sn, that means tin, is in +4 oxidation state. That's why after the symbol of tin in a bracket, we have to write +4. Clear? This is actually known as stock notation. One more thing we can write, just like V2O5. Okay, V2O5 is actually vanadium. Okay, vanadium oxide. Here, this is known as vanadium 5 oxide. Clear? Clear? Everyone? Stock notation clear? Yes or no? Yes, please respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, thing is that the very important thing you have to remember, very, very important thing, that is oxidation number increases. Okay, oxidation number increases during oxidation. Oxidation number increases during oxidation. Let's take one example. See, when carbon plus oxygen react with each other, it forms carbon dioxide, right? Here carbon is in zero oxidation state. Here carbon is in +4 oxidation state. So that means this is an oxidation reaction. Clear? See, iron +2, 3+. Okay, oxidation number increases, right? Oxidation number increases, that means oxidation. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and when oxidation number decreases during reduction, oxidation number decreases during reduction. See this reaction only. Carbon plus oxygen forms carbon dioxide. Okay, here oxygen is in -2. Sorry, here oxygen is in element form. So obviously the oxidation number will be 0. Here oxygen will be in -2. So that means this one, that means decrease in oxidation number, that means reduction. Okay, so that means when oxidation number increases, it will be oxidation, and when oxidation number decreases, it will be a reduction reaction. Clear? Now,
Yes,
see,
ma'am.
now oxidizing agent and reducing agent. So oxidizing agent are what? Oxidizing agent have a very strong tendency to gain electron. Oxidizing agent will be actually very strong tendency to gain electron, whereas oxidation that means the oxidizing agent will have their in highest oxidation state. If you consider like oxidizing agent, like very strong oxidizing agent like K2, Cr2, O7, then KMnO4. See here, manganese in +7 oxidation state, then H2O2. Okay, so these are the very strong oxidizing agents, whereas reducing agent is a strong tendency to lose electron. Reducing agent have a strong tendency to lose electron. Now, your homework will be, you have to find out oxidizing agent and reducing agent. You have to make a list of oxidizing agent and reducing agent, and tomorrow you will tell me oxidizing agent and reducing agent, what are oxidizing agent and what are reducing agent. So that will be your homework. You find out from your book, you Google it, and then you let me know. Okay, clear? Can I move to the next point, topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we are moving to our next topic, and our next topic is types of redox reaction. Types of redox reaction. Okay, so the first topic, that means the first type of reaction is combination reactions. Okay, combination reactions. Combination reactions. Combination means what? Combine. Combination means join together, right? So what is a combination reaction? You have learned it in junior classes also. I'm just give you a revise that when chemical substance, okay, when in a chemical reaction, two or more substance, okay, combine to form a single substance are known as combination reaction. Okay, so suppose like when A and B, two compound combine and form AB. When A and B two compound and they combine to form AB, okay, this type of reactions are known as combination reaction. Okay, this type of reaction is known as combination reaction. It may be from AB or it may be from C, a new type of compound. So this type of reactions are known as combination reaction. Okay, let's see some example. Like see, carbon when react with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide. Let's see oxidation number. Here carbon is in 0 oxidation state. Oxygen also elementary form, that means 0 oxidation state. Here carbon is in +4, oxygen is in -2, right? So if I consider this one, see, oxidation number increases. Oxidation number increases means oxidation or reduction? Oxidation number, oxidation. Very good. Oxidation number increases means oxidation. And from when it's from 0 to -2, that means oxidation number decreases, that means reduction. So here is also carbon and oxygen are reacting and forming carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon and oxygen are reacting and forming carbon dioxide. Okay, let's take one more example. When 3 magnesium react with nitrogen gas, it forms Mg3N2. Now we have to find out the oxidation state. Here magnesium is in 0 oxidation state. Nitrogen also will be in 0 oxidation state because both are in element form. Now here manganese will be in +2 oxidation state. Okay, here magnesium will be in +2 oxidation state and nitrogen will be in -3. Okay, so if I consider this one from 0 to +2, oxidation number increases. That means oxidation. And from 0 to -3, oxidation number decreases. That means reduction. Clear?
Yes, miss.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now this is the actually this is combination reaction. Okay. Now next we'll go another type of reaction. That's these reactions are known as decomposition reaction. Okay. Known as decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. Decomposition means what? When any substance break down. So decomposition reactions are also the same. The chemical reaction in which a compound break up into 2 or more simpler substances are known as decomposition reaction. Okay, that means when in a chemical reaction, when one chemical substance broke down into 2 or more simpler substances, that reactions are known as decomposition reaction. So let's take example. Okay, let's take general example like when suppose A be a compound. Okay, we apply heat to it and it forms A and B. This is an example of a decomposition reaction. So let's take examples like 2H2O, which is liquid. Okay, when we apply heat to it, it's break down to form 2H2 plus O2. Now here hydrogen is in. Here hydrogen is in will be +1 oxidation state. Oxygen will be in -2. Right? Here hydrogen will be in 0 oxidation state because it is an element form. Oxygen is also in 0 in oxidation state. Okay. So +1 to 0. +1 to 0. Oxidation or reduction? +1 to 0. Oxidation number decreases. That means reduction. Here -2 to 0. Oxidation number increases. That means oxidation. Clear?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Now, like take one more example. When 2KClO3, when we apply heat, is break down to 2KCl plus 3O2. So here Cl will be in +5 oxidation state. Oxygen will be in -2. potassium, calcium over here in +1, oxygen will be in 0. Okay, so here from +1 to -1, that means oxidation number decreases, that means reduction. And where here -2 to 0, the oxidation number increases, means oxidation. So this is an example of decomposition reaction. Okay, and which is we are applying heat to it, that means it is an example of thermal decomposition. It is an example of thermal decomposition. Clear? Is
Ma'am.
what?
Yes, miss.
Okay, now next is displacement reaction. Next is displacement reaction. So write down its common reaction, that is X plus YZ. When react, it forms XY plus Z. So displacement reaction is actually the reaction in which one ion in a compound is replaced by an ion of other element is called displacement reaction. Here you can see X. Okay, here is X and YZ is a compound. Here X replaces Y's place. Sorry, here X replaces the place of Z and it takes the place and forms XY. So actually we can say this is in that way when a compound is more reactive than other. Okay, when a compound is more reactive than other, then the more reactive compound displays the less reactive compound from its solution. That is also actually known as displacement reaction. Okay, so let's take one example over here. See, copper CuSO4 when react with zinc, it forms zinc sulfate plus copper. Okay, CuSO4 plus zinc, it forms zinc sulfate plus copper. So here CuSO4 is +2 oxidation state, zinc is over here 0 oxidation state. Now zinc here from +2, copper becomes 0. So that means here zinc is more reactive than copper. That's why zinc displaces the copper and it forms zinc sulfate and copper. Okay, it makes free copper and it itself form the salt. So it is an example, you can say displacement reaction. And one more example, see, when vanadium pentoxide react with calcium, it forms 2 vanadium plus 5 calcium oxide. 2 vanadium plus 5 calcium oxide. So here you can see calcium is more reactive than vanadium. So it replaces vanadium plus vanadium pentoxide and it forms calcium oxide and 2 vanadium will be left, right? Yes or no?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so that means we can say that here see metal replaces metal. In these two examples, metal replaces metal. So we can name these two type of reaction is metal displacement. Metal displacement. Okay, and one more reactions are there, that is non-metal displacement. Non-metal displacement. So non-metal displacement, like when sodium is a metal, when sodium react with water. Okay, when sodium react with water, it forms NaOH and hydrogen. That means what? Sodium is reacting with water. It replaces hydrogen from the its place, and it makes hydrogen free. So sodium actually alkali metal are very strong, okay, and they are very good reducing agent, and it can displace water. It can displace hydrogen from water, from cold water also. Okay, so they are very high reducing agent. So here is, if you see the oxidation number, sodium is in zero oxidation state, hydrogen always in +1, oxygen in -2. Here sodium become sodium here now +1 oxidation state, oxidation in oxygen is -1, -2, hydrogen is +1, here hydrogen is 0. Okay, less reactive metal, if we see less reactive metal like iron, less reactive metal. So less reactive metal is react with water, but it does not react with cold water, normal water. It reacts with steam because they are less reactive metal, and it forms Fe2O3 plus 3H2. Fe2O3 plus 3H2. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
3H2. Okay. So these are the reactions. And one more important thing we have to learn from here, that is halogens are very high oxidizing agent. Halogens are oxidizing agent. Okay. The oxidation power of halogens becomes decreases down the group. That means fluorine is most high oxidizing agent, then chlorine, then bromine, then iodine. The strong oxidizing agent will be fluorine. Okay, then chlorine, then bromine, then iodine. Okay, now let's see few reaction when these two water react with two H2. Okay, so it forms HF plus O2. See, fluorine is replacing oxygen. Okay, when Cl2, 2 Kb are reacting, so it forms Cl minus plus Br2. When H2 is reacting with 2 Ki, it forms Cl minus plus I2. Okay, when Br2 is reacting with 2 Ki, it forms Br minus plus I2. Okay, so this reaction, okay, so these three reactions actually, has been used in laboratory to identify bromide and iodide ions. Okay, bromide and iodine ion by the help of carbon tetrachloride or by the help of carbon disulfide. So these tests are known as layer test. Okay, these three tests are known as layer test. Okay, so in laboratory, these three tests has been used by the help of carbon tetrachloride or carbon disulfide to identify Br minus ion and iodine ion. So that's why it is known as layer test. Clear?
Yes, miss.
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
now next is disproportionation reaction. Disproportionation reaction. It is a redox reaction. It is a redox reaction in which same element present in a particular compound is oxidized as well as reduced. As well as reduced form. Okay, so a redox reaction in which same element present in a particular compound is oxidized as well as in reduced form. Okay, let's take one example. Right, 2H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. So it forms 2H2O plus O2. See here in hydrogen peroxide, hydrogen is in -1 state. Sorry, oxygen is in -1 state. In water, oxygen in -2 and oxygen in 0. So from here to here, it is in reduction from -1 to 0. Is oxidation. That means is present oxidation from as well as in reduction from. Okay, clear? Let's take one more example. When sulfurate is reacting with OH minus, it forms H2 minus plus H2O3. If we see the oxidation state, sulfur is in here 0 oxidation state. Here is sulfur is in -2. Here sulfur present in +2. So 0 to -2. Reduction 0 to +2. Oxidation. That means sulfur present in a compound. Okay, in a reaction, sulfur present both in oxidized form and reduced form. Okay, so this type of reactions are known as disproportionation reaction. Clear?
Yes, miss.
Any confusion from today's class?
Ma'am.
Any confusion from today's class?
No,
No,
miss.
ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay, so thank you everyone. I'm ending the class now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.